Usually you can only show numbers in the values area of a pivot table, but in this example we're going to see how you can use number formatting to show text. So we've got cities and store numbers, and with some formatting we can see the region name instead of a number or a count here. So here's the data that I used. It's just sales records, and we see the date, so we know when something was sold, and we've got region, city, and store, so we know where it was sold. We can see what was sold and how much. So I've created a blank pivot table from that data, and we're going to set it up and see how we can use that formatting feature. I'll use the field list, and I'm going to put city in the row labels area. And then I'll put the store numbers across the top, so that goes into the columns. And in here is where I would like to see the region name. So in the data we have two fields. We have a region name and a region number. And it's important that we have a number field that we can use because the values area doesn't recognize text at all. So back at the pivot table, it would be ideal if I could just drag region into values and see a region name, but that doesn't happen. It just defaults to showing a count of the region. So I'm going to remove that. We're going to use this region ID, and the regions are numbered. So east is 1. We also have central, which is 2, and west is 3. So in the sales pivot, I'm going to add the region ID field, and because it's numeric, it goes right into the values area, but it's showing a sum, and that's not what I want. I want to be able to see the numbers 1, 2, and 3 in here, and then I'm going to work with those. So I'll right-click, summarize values by, and I could use max or min, and that will give me the unique number for each region. So I'll use max. And now we can see those region IDs. So we're halfway there. I'm going to turn off the grand totals because we don't need those. On the Design tab, grand totals, off for rows and columns. So now we just have our region numbers. To change these numbers into text, we're going to use number formatting. And I'll use conditional formatting to find what number is in the cell, and then use the number format based on the cell value. I'll select all the cells that have the values, and on the Home tab, click Conditional Formatting, New Rule. Apply Rule to is currently showing the address of the range I have selected, which is B5 to H10. And we can see here that B5 is the active cell. We don't want to confine this to a specific address because perhaps later we'll add new cities or stores, so we want this to be expandable. So I'm going to click the third choice, all cells showing max of reg ID values for city and store. I'm going to use a formula to decide which cells should be formatted. And in the first case, we're going to be formatting any cells that have a 1, and that's the East region. So here I'm going to say equals B5, and that's the active cell, so that's what we use in our formula, equals 1. So anywhere there's a cell that has a 1, we're going to format that. So I'll click the Format button. In here, under the category, click Custom. And now we can create our own format. We want any cell that equals 1. So in square brackets, type equals 1, close the square bracket. And for that, we want it to say East. So inside double quotes, type East. So that will format any positive numbers. Then I'll type 2 semicolons because we don't care about the formatting for any negative numbers or zeros. So we'll just leave those blank and click OK. And OK. And the cells that had a 1 in them now change to East. We're going to repeat that for numbers 2 and 3. So going back into conditional formatting, new rule, all cells showing max of reg ID for city and store, use a formula, and in this case we say equals B5 equals 2. Again, click Format, Custom, and this time we're going to do the 2. So in square brackets, equals 2, And this time it is the central, so in double quotes type central, 2 semicolons, click OK, and OK. They're just a little too narrow, so we'll make those columns wider. And the third number here is for the west region, so I'll do that step. Make sure I have all the cells selected. Conditional formatting, new rule, all cells, formula, equals B5 equals 3, format, custom, square bracket equals 3, west, 2 semicolons, OK, OK, and there we have all of them formatted. So it looks like we've typed text or made text show in here, and that's all done with number formatting through conditional formatting. So this would be rather tedious if you have lots of values, but if you only have a few, it's a way to show text in your pivot table. For more Excel tips and tutorials, and to download the sample file for this video, please visit my Contextures website at www.contextures.com.